Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a big project on at the moment. This is our feeding system here. It's called the Hippo. And what effectively is happening is the maize, because of the acid in it, is eating away at it. I don't know whether you can see just down there, there's a hole in the bottom of the steel here. And we have to reline this with plastic and strengthen up that little corner just down there. So we also found that the tube which fits on there and then takes it into the Vogelsang, they've taken out the Vogelsang hopper box there, that also was getting completely eaten away. So that is just down there behind me. You can see how it's all kind of got shredded up. This stuff just eats up steel. It's not the friction, it's actually the acid in the maize just cuts it to pieces. So they're taking off the back motors. There used to be a double motor system here, and they pulled out the augers inside. We got a new stainless steel auger because again we were using mild steel there, and it was proper pain up the backside having to change it every year. So we ordered a stainless steel system, and we'll just have a look inside so hopefully you can see what the plastic is on there at the moment. So that's just looking inside. You can see some of the plastic's actually been ripped up as the guys have pulled out the augers. Just down the bottom, that's where the system was, where the plastic got ripped up previously, and that's where the steel. So this is just looking at the old one. It's completely eaten the steel apart, and it's just got the wear bars left. We actually flipped it around upside down, put another cover on to keep it running a little bit longer, and even so, it's completely eaten away. There was another collar which was in the way. That's been eaten away there. I think we had a bit of stone come through and rip that out. So yeah, we'll just take a look at the motors. So there's the main drive motor, and we connect this end here onto that. There's actually a lot of steel left, but this is the stuff that hasn't been worn down, so it's nice and thick there, thick as my finger. As we come down to the end, you'll see how it wears it down. So that's the difference of all the abrasiveness and the acid in the maize, what it does to an auger. And this is a top auger that sits on the top that stirs, and you can see there's pretty much nothing holding that now. It's all just crap in there. Yeah, it's all, the whole shaft is gone. So yeah, that's time that came out. And then there's a small another agitator auger which pulls it back. That's the motor for that. There it is sitting in the grass. So they'll all be redundant now, all those steel augers, and we've got stainless steel new ones to be popped in. So that's the job today. We've got Dan, Richard and Barry doing the work today, so it's great that they're able to give us a hand. And we've got Ash and Red Kite turning up now for other servicing. So Dan's just going to weld a bit of steel in there now. Pretty tight in here. We have to replace all this plastic. We've removed all the plastic, and Dan is going to, yeah, he's welded one end already. We'll just take a look at that. So here's the weld job just along here. Yeah, you can see how paper thin things are getting. Here it's where it's just eaten away. The acid in it is just eating it all away. So they put a new sheet on here, and cover that in plastic, and then yeah, hopefully that'll last a good long time. We can put the new auger on top. So we're going to check out that. Okay, so the guys have welded everything in. They put plastic lining in and bolted it in there. And that will then protect the steel from the acid in the silage. And we've got this auger over here. This is our stainless steel one. So hopefully that shouldn't give us any problems. It's a little bit smaller diameter than that one over there, and that will hopefully make everything a little bit easier too. and we've changed that auger quite a few times. Given it's in mild steel, but there's a stainless steel auger in the bottom of this one, which you can't actually see at the moment, but it has not changed one little bit. So the general thinking is that stainless steel is the right thing for this job. So here's our plastic the other end, and it's all very nice and neat in there, all overlaid. So hopefully they won't rip that when they're putting in the new auger, but we'll see. So there they are, putting in that auger now. Both augers are in. They've just got to get the motor on, which Richard's doing over there. I'll just take a little bit of a look, see how it looks now. So the guys have got the bottom auger nicely slotted in. We're going to have to put a bearing on this end here, and then the top auger is going to come through that hole there. I'm going to have to put a bearing on that as well. Dan's just inside at the moment, he's locked out on that job, and they're going to put the motor on the other end. You don't have enough telehandlers on the farm. So the guys have put 3 sides of the Vogelsang hopper on. They've got that last one to put. They'll cut that end off, and they'll put a bearing on the end just to hold that off the tube, because we haven't got any wear bars in there. So that will mean that it will just wear through that stainless steel too quick. So we're just going to hold that off a little bit, and we'll get another bearing on there. So yeah, all good work. We've got both motors here on now, so yeah, hopefully we might be going by the end of the day. So okay guys, this is it all put back together now. We've got a stainless steel tube there. You can see, I'm just going to show you in here, that's the end of the auger shaft, and they put it onto a bearing here, so it rests on this. And that's just keeping the shaft slightly off that tube, because that tube hasn't got any wear bars. But yeah, it's fed overnight, seems to have done all right. So I'll go and switch it on, give it a feed, and we'll see how it's running. That screw down the bottom has been in there for close to 10 years, and it's not lost much metal on it, and that's because it's stainless steel. I mean, it's a big piece of stainless steel, but it's not worn much. And we're hoping our new auger, there it starts, is going to also last a good long time as well. Anyway, that all seems to be working all right. Obviously it comes out of there, goes along in this tube into the Vogelsang macerator, and then it's put into the first digester, and that produces the gas. There they are, working very, very nicely. We can just check this now, make sure it's all okay. You can see the plastic down on the bottom there. That's just to protect the steel, all that black plastic. It's not ripped it up or anything. They've done a fantastic job putting that in. Nice smooth on the plastic, so that's just what we want. It's just riding just above the plastic on the augers, so it won't wear. Rip it up, hopefully. Okay guys, we're just over at the new build site here, where we're putting the extension and drains in. I know they've had a bit of fun and games trying to work out how the drains went, as we showed you on that just a second ago on the other video. They pulled out the tree that was sat there, so we've got to go and collect that and get rid of it, and we'll go and have a look and see what other work they're doing there. Okay, so Harvey's got his pea gravel in here. Well, that was a tree they pulled out. Here's the new pipe run. We have to be careful because there's an electricity line going underneath it. Now it goes into the existing run, and then it goes into that one down there, which is about 2 meters lower. So quite a drop after that, but there's no more bending around, so that's all good. I think Harvey's just digging it out now to make the run go straight up here, turn right angles. This is the old line here that used to come under here. That will all be redundant. That's the little remains of it. They dug out what used to be a cesspit there, old-fashioned one, so that's that bit done. So yeah, let's go and take a look at what Harvey's up to. So this is the old drain line here, and you can see it's pretty old-fashioned, old school, and then it went under the corner of that and connected up with that old one. And this is the new line coming here, which Harvey is working on with putting in pea gravel, bedding in the line properly, away from all the extension that's going to be built here, and so hopefully that line won't block up anymore, and the new extension can be built out to about there. So we're just spreading this cow muck that came off from the field a few years ago. It was barley straw. We're using our digger there to load up, and we got Linden Farms over, Smithy there, doing that, so there we go. So this ground was maize last year, and it's going back into maize, and we're just spreading the muck on it. This field will then be full of farmyard muck, and the rest of the fields I'll put sewage cake on, so that we get that organic material back into the soil again. And maize loves muck, so that'll be a good job. Okay guys, so we're just down here. Tim has got a big cone splitter on there. He's still working away over there with his digger, so yeah, we'll go and take a look. So there we are. That's a nice big cone splitter, a lot larger than ours, fit on his 14 ton here. So let's go around the corner. So we've got the small stuff here to go to the chipper as is. Tim's sort of done a little bit of work, just scraping everything up. And then he's obviously grading away stuff here. That's all going to need to be split 4 ways, that. Splitting all of this now. Look around the side. So Tim's got a fair amount of logs to split. All along here, quite big stuff. And it seems back there, this stuff is all small size, so it doesn't need splitting. But that all does. So yeah, we'll leave him a couple of days and see how he gets on. Okay guys, so just in a field which has been set aside for basically about 10 years, and we're going to try and get this back into maize. Nice little field, about 7 hectares or so, and we've lost about 12 hectares over the other side of rented ground, which has gone back into forage for cattle because they were so short this year. So I'm looking around for ground to rent and take on, and this was a spare field that the farm had, so we're going to put this back into maize. But first of all, we've got to top all this off. We can then subsoil it because it hasn't been lifted for, as I said, 10 years, and then we're going to plough it and see how it comes down. So this is going to be a nice experiment to try this one. We've got a bit of work down there because all those old ashes are falling down, there's branches in the field and what have you, so we'll have to come back over with the telehandler and the grab and move some of the branches about just to get it nice and straight. But otherwise, I think, yeah, it's going to be a fun project, this one. Driving along, guys, putting this field, as I said, back into production for maize. All along here, all these ash are basically dying and falling down, so Ray's doing a job with the telehandler, just picking up piles of broken up wood and what have you, and we're just forming a stockpile down the end which will chip it a bit. So yeah, let's just see how he's getting on. Okay guys, we've had a bit of a disaster here on our telehandler. We ripped out the boss here on the back. You can see what it's meant to look like, one of those, and it's missing there. So this telehandler, which is our real hard working bit of kit on the AD plant, is going to be down for probably about a week. It's a bit of a nuisance, and yeah, there we are. Here's the boss that was damaged. It's broken all around there. So, yeah, just one of those things. I've actually got a rotator here, which is for a log grab, also leaking a bit of oil. So that's not very good. The guys are just pushing that broken down machine into the shed and work on it so they get covered in rain. Okay guys, as you saw, our telehandler has a major problem with the boom at the back end, so something that's been in my mind for a bit is to get a smaller machine to help us on the firewood side of things, not the AD plant or the farm. So I'm just off to Thorncliffs to have a look at some of their machines there. They've got some old ones that we don't need a great deal of lift because we've got the 4-ton lift and the JCB, we've got 2 of those. So I'm actually looking for a smaller machine with less lift capacity basically, but can be used for moving logs about, emptying the stillages, reloading them up, going down to the horse boxes, changing them, a bit of gardening jobs, etc. So yeah, he's got a fair amount of stock there, so we're just whizzing up to Sleaford to take a look at them now. Right guys, here we are. It's only a toys. Let's go and see if we can find the map right now. Here we are guys, just inside. Quite a nice cab. Everything seems to work okay. Some of the electrics aren't all that great. The wipers just stopped, which is a bit of a shame. But otherwise, looks like it could be quite a good machine on a wood chip. One day, guys, I wouldn't mind getting one of these. 560/80. Proper beast of a machine, this thing. Look at the weights on the back. And those tyres. Good old monster, this one. Let's have a look at the price. Yeah, 79,000. I have to sell a lot of wood chip and firewood for that. Lovely bit of kit. So cut this out now, smooth it out, and ready to weld the boss back in. Let's get it going on that side there. There's the new boss up on top. And insert in there. There's a fair bit of work still to do on it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. You have to see next time which machine I bought. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe and the like button. Helps out the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.